Alright guys, so welcome back to another learning session. Where we last left off, we implemented this damage dealer mechanism where we add that class or that script to anything that deals damage. So that's why it's called like that instead of like projectile damage or something like that. I guess for this sense, since it's a very small game, we generalize the script to anything that deals damage. So this could also mean the zombie or the enemy object itself that deals damage to the player when making contact. So let's activate both scripts because I think we're gonna deal with that. I think we were trying to implement before I saw his implementation, I tried to do it myself because I feel like you learn better that way. And yeah, I think this was my solution right here. So on trigger enter, oh no, that's his solution, I think, right? Wait, what did I do last time? Yeah, maybe I just copied his, I think. Because I remember something along those lines. Because I remember this line of code was his, these two. Just gotta make sure. Maybe this is what we did. Maybe. So yeah, but the thing is, at the moment, if we run the game, and we have this test zombie that's on the right, it's supposed to destroy upon trigger, but instead it's still existing. So I'm not sure what's happening there. If we go to on trigger enter, oh, I see. So we didn't exactly destroy we didn't really call hit, did we? That's true. So what we can do though is we can say at the end damage dealer dot hit. I think that should destroy the game object, which is the laser. So hopefully we don't get any compiler issues, and we do. Alright, let's see, null reference. Wait, what? Object reference not, oh, is it because of this? Because we want to generate them, so that's fine, that's totally fine. So let's see. There you go, that's a lot better. Alright, so what we're gonna do, yeah, alright, that's fine. We're gonna make the collider a little bit more concise, because I don't really like how that it just stops in front of the hands, right? So we have to go here, and actually we're gonna use what do you call it? We're gonna use a circle collider. I think that is better. So let's go and add that, and then we're gonna change the size, and we're gonna have to do this for all of them, just for the sake. And I think it'd be better if can we reset it? Is it at the center? No, it's not. Alright, so let's... We only really care about the front. And let's just make this a little bit... Let's see how that looks. Oh, right, my bad. So we gotta do an ish trigger and it should work now. Still feels kind of off because, like, if you look at it, like, there's still a gap. So I think the best way might be using a polygon. That'd be kind of rough. Let me just try it out, because it's all about the learning experience. Oh wait, it does it for me? Well then, never mind. Alright, that's good to know. It actually shapes through the image. And I forgot to add in this trigger. Alright. That's actually pretty cool. It still looks kind of the same. So I guess, you know, that's fine. Shoot, that kind of scared me when they entered here. Alright. Let's see what happens. Let's see what we're gonna do now. Oh, that's for the next topic. That's what... Oh, wow. I didn't know that. Oh, shoot. Wait, the objects are destroyed. Challenge time. Alright, so this challenge, we're going to destroy the enemy when the health becomes 0. So I think that should be pretty easy. We're just going to do an if statement, say health is less than or equal to 0, because we've got to take into account like computer errors where, let's say, it missed the calculation and ends up being negative 100, right? So we got to make sure and to capture that those type of errors, we're going to use less than or equal to 0. I just have another example. Like, let's say we have a bullet that does 300 damage, and let's say the health that's left is like 100. Then 100 minus 300 will return negative 200, which if we had set it up like this, then this statement or the condition wouldn't pass, and therefore the object wouldn't be destroyed in it. So that's why it's best to use less than or equal to capture those type of special events. So if the health is less than or equal to 0, then we want to destroy said object. So game object. So let's see if that's the solution. So we're just gonna try it out. There it is. There it is. And we're gonna, to prevent these errors that are happening, we're gonna do what he did, is just remove the component altogether and then just lay it out. So that should be gone now. Yep. And then we'll just try it again just for the fun of it. And yep, go. Awesome. Oh, and the trigger. Yeah, that's actually a lot better. Wait, what am I doing? So, I think, yeah, I think it's better to do it like this, because it means that only this line of the tests, like the test that we're doing here, will only be tested upon trigger, as opposed to what I did previously. It would be always testing each frame. And while it won't be a big of a deal, especially in a game like this, I do suspect that once you're working on a bigger game, it'll be less optimal to have something like that, as memory starts to become an issue, and speed. So I do believe that whenever you're developing a game, it's always best to have it optimized. But that's not always the case for some games, which is totally fine. But nonetheless, I still do believe that they still try to make it like a priority. So let's continue. Alright, we need to do that. So let's update the actual prefabs that we have, which is right here. They all have enemy and they all have health, but they don't have a polygon collider with an ish trigger, and then polygon collider, ish trigger, and then polygon collider, and ish trigger. I'm not sure if polygon collider actually, because it looks like you're adding more things to it, so it might not be the more optimal way of handling that. That's why maybe it might be simpler to just do box collider or circle collider. or maybe a hybrid of both. And look, it works. Nice, nice. Wait, I can't even. Wait, I just realized something. I can't shoot the zombies over here, so that could be an issue, right? Especially if let's say, you know, whoa. You know, if we try to make the laser point here, right? Because right now it's pointing through the center. Well, if I want to adjust it, then there's no way that the zombies here will ever get hit, right? So I gotta fix that. Let me change the path real quick. So let's go to paths, the S path. So yeah, we're gonna just move this towards like right here. We're just gonna delete this and see how that goes. It does look like a snake though. Alright, so before we also continue, I do want to edit the shooting of the laser. I forgot how it's done. Let me look at the player, I assume. Yeah, we have the fire, which instantiates the bullet. I know we had to instantiate at a certain position, right? We have the transform position. So this is where we kind of update the position. So we want to update it towards like right here at the tip of the gun, if that would be best, right? So how would we go about and do that? So right now it's getting the center, which is right here, so that's where the bullet's coming from. I wonder if we could just like make it go to the right a little bit, so that would be just in the X position. So let's go update the X position, right? Like maybe we could do new vector 2. We could pass, because transform position is a vector 2 object, and I do believe if you look at the documents for the instantiate method, we can also look at the parameters that we need to pass. So it's a transform. We can also pass in a vector 3. Which is what, because position is a vector. If we just wanted to pass the transform, then we would just pass the transform. So yeah, we're gonna do vector 3 then. So dot x plus some constant, right? And transform dot position dot y, and then 0. And then yeah, that'd be it. And we'll probably have we're gonna serialize it for now, just because I need to see what I'm doing. So let's say projectile offset equals 10f, and then we're just gonna put that over here. Let me see if it will even compile. Come on, compile. Yes. All right, let's see how it looks like. Wait, where's the laser? It's all the way over there. All right, that's cool. This is all about testing, right? So let's go back to the player, and then the offset. Let's make it 1f. 1. Oh wait, that's 0.1. Alright. Let's try that again. That's weird. Why is it still shooting there? So, I mean, I noticed another bug, right? So this is when, if you're shooting, holding down the space bar, and then you put your mouse over something else, so you get focus to a different screen or window, it's gonna do this. And even if you try to hold back, right? Looks like, yeah, there's like an endless amount of, it's just gonna keep going. But I wonder why the projectile offset isn't changing. Let's change it here, maybe that'll make a difference. Oops. Yeah, I wonder why it doesn't do that. It's kind of strange. Or actually, I have another idea. Instead of doing a projectile offset and then this whole thing, so we could just do the transform position. I think it will kind of mess things up a little bit. But basically, we're going to take this, or we're going to take the sprites, or I mean, yeah, sprites, click on this, and then go to the pivot, and we could do top right, and then apply. So then, I assume that the bullets should, wait, why is it still going there? Why is it still shooting all the way there? Because we're instantiating, right? There. So we add the velocity. Huh. Why is it doing that? Oh, now it does. So that's a little bit better. Like, as you can see, that it does anchor towards the bottom right. So I guess if I wanted to, I could like edit the sprite itself and make it a little bit more concise so that the top right is the gun, and then we could just shoot from there. So let me see if I can, oh, I can do a custom, huh? Alright, let me see that. Revert. Alright, so let's look at custom. I was gonna open the image, isn't it? Yeah. How do I check where it's at though? Sprite editor, apply. Oh, here it is. Oh, cool. You can actually do this? What? Custom pivot. Also, the pivot's the circle thing. So if we made it 1, it'd be at the top. So how about 0.75? Now how about 85? Nope. 80? I guess, but let's make it a little bit more accurate. How about 78? Yeah, there you go. And then for the Y position, we can make it 1, or we can make it 0.85. 9, 5, 4, 3. And then we gotta push this left. There you go. So apply. And let's see this in action. Hopefully that doesn't screw up ever anything. If not, we can always just change it back. Oh, that looks way better. That looks really good. But I noticed that like the laser is appearing, so maybe you want to offset it a little bit more, like towards the tip. So let's do that too. I mean, we don't have to do this. I just find it pretty cool that we can do that. Let's make it 8, 7, 6, 6. 6 is perfect. Alright, let's go apply. Close this. It applies, so let's go check it in action. Well, I mean, we're not going to zoom up that close, right? Because here, this side looks kind of fine. My bad. Alright, so that solves that problem. So let's continue. What were we doing again? Oh yeah, what are we doing actually? Oh yeah, we're destroying the objects. So yeah, we managed to do that, and I guess I got off tangent a bit, trying to fix a few things. I mean, we still have that issue where, like, if we give another window a focus, right, while holding down the trigger, it still continues, and then even if we go back, it doesn't stop. So that's also an issue. So like, probably need to figure out a way to see that, oh, if like we'll have like some sort of listener to the window, where if the user, you know, has their mouse clicked off the screen, then you want to either pause everything or stop the coroutine, stop the current coroutine, and then maybe pause the game for the user, something like that. I don't know. Yeah, alright, so let's continue. So for the particle effect, I think what I'm thinking about, like, adding, since I kind of want to create a theme here, even though that the background is a space. Right, we could always change it for sure. I do want to like maybe replace it maybe towards the end when we're fine-tuning the game, and maybe I'll put like a city or something like that, or maybe I'll just draw something using paint or something. Just draw like a road maybe, and yeah, we'll see how that goes. And then yeah, like what I was saying, what I was going to say is I might look for particle effects that have blood in them. So let's just see, blood 2D particle effects. I'm thinking either Kenny has them, or I'll probably watch a YouTube tutorial. Well, not like that. Maybe this one, since it's only 5 minutes. Let me see it real quick. Blood splash, is this the one I'm looking for though? Oh yeah, we can just do that. So we'll probably learn how to create our own particles, and then just change the color to red, and I think that should still be fine. That should still look decent enough to match what I'm going for, so I'm gonna go with that. Alright, let's continue. And also, since I don't think he's gonna cover it, I do want to add a tiny touch. Whenever an enemy gets hit, I do want the color of the enemy to change, but I also want it to revert back to the original color. I wonder if there's a way to do that. Not thinking about it, right? So maybe grab the current color, store that into a variable, and then whenever it gets hit, change that, change the color, and then wait for like 1 second and then go back. But then that would use coroutine. mean, we could do that. We could make a coroutine where it plays out like a damage animation, but my damage animation would just be very simple, in which it just turns red and then goes back to its original color. Right, so at the start, maybe we need to. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna, just mess with stuff. So we're gonna call. Oh yeah, wait. What are we doing? I forgot to comment these. So config params, cache references. And we'll have. Let's see how to store colors. Is there like a color object, I wonder? So like a color, original color. And then in the start, we're going to have original color equals the current color. So to do that, let me try to predict what we're going to do. So let's go to zombie. It seems like we're going to have to go to a sprite renderer. So get component. Is it game object dot get component? Yeah. Game object game component. Not game component. Get component. And then we're gonna get a sprite renderer. Yeah, some of this stuff is pretty intuitive. And then we're gonna access the color. So just to be safe, let's go to sprite renderer and then just look at the methods that we have. So under properties too, so we have the properties color. So maybe that's what we can store, dot color, right? And then I wonder if we can set a color, right? So original color, so if it gets hit, we'll create a coroutine, private enumerator, play hit animation, and then it's going to first turn red, so then game object dot get component. This isn't really a good way to code it. Like right now I feel like it's a total mess. And then set the color to, like, let's look at hit color. Oh, that makes sense. Color hit. What's this? What is this? Oh, it's one that. Alright, no, let's not get distracted here. Let's not get distracted. We'll just try stuff. We could just like look at the color scheme here. Oh no, I don't want to look at that. Color. Let's look at the color wheel. Color wheel. Color wheel. So I'm thinking a little bit red, like darker red. So let's try this color. And then color, if we click on this one, the type is color, and then we could add new color. So where is it? New rect, mred, get components, sprite renderer, set the game, so a color dot blue. So then we'll just say color dot red for now, and then we'll just change it, and then yield return, wait 4 seconds, 1, before we return the color back to the original color. And then we should have this at the top. So if the health goes, then we destroy, else hit, and then start coroutine, play, hit animation. But then it'll have to wait 1 second before it can get hit again. How about we make this 0.5? I think that's a float. Hopefully it's a float. So if the health is less than 0, actually wait. No, because we like, if the health is not, so let's say we have 100 health, and then the health is not 0, so then we deal damage to it, and then it loops again, and then sees that it's 0, and then I think that should be fine actually. So let's first see if we've got any compiler issues. Cannot be used like a method. Oh wait, we need yield return new. Wait for seconds. Alright, let's see this for ourselves. Alright, I do see an issue for one thing, and I knew that was something like this was gonna happen, is that we have to wait before it can get, but at least it has like, yeah, actually no. Yeah, unfortunately. So the logic wasn't perfect. So like there's some, like while it's waiting, you know, it's preventing the next bullet from, you know, dealing any damage essentially, considering he needs to wait for this to happen before checking. It's a, yeah, unfortunately, I don't think that's gonna be the solution. Maybe in the future I'll probably try to figure something out, but since this is just a tutorial, I'm just gonna let it be for now. But we can just remove this and it should still work, I believe. Remove that, and then remove this, remove the comment since we don't have anything. So alright, let's see here, compile it. It should still work, I believe. Alright, so no, it doesn't. So so you know what? Yeah. We're gonna deal damage first and then check. See if it works again. Should be, right? Yep. Alright, so let's go back. I know I went off tangent a little bit, but I guess I just wanted to play around with this stuff. This is actually a pretty good question right here. Technically, you could do this in this case, but it's a rather simple case with a method that serves no other purpose than creating some readability by making it not too busy. However, doing it the way Rick showed us is considered better, cleaner, and can help make for more reusable code in the event you want to interact more with the damage dealer than just doing the damage handling part, and or be able to deal damage in other creative ways that might not involve colliding. For example, maybe you have the notion of power-ups in the game, and you can get a smart bomb that can be triggered, which will blow up everything on the screen. You could perhaps create it as an object with a huge collider so that it touches everything, and that they call your trigger function and go through the motions that way. Or you could change the visibility of process hit and allow for other ways in the code to indicate that the object is being damaged by being able to call it directly. Maybe a chain lightning effect, for example, that after hitting and damaging one enemy can also hit other enemies nearby. Again, something that could be done via the editor and the collider, or it could be done via your own code. It is just a choice at the end. So yeah, from my understanding, it seems like the reason why we need to place it here, because from my experience, which isn't a lot, by no means, since it doesn't mean I have any experience at all, but from what I've noticed from like looking at stuff, I think the reason why we place it here, oh wait, I'm thinking about something else. But I wonder why we don't place it here. I think it is because that we can do other things. I wonder why don't we just put it inside the process hit? But again, yeah, it doesn't really matter. It's like just whatever you feel necessary. But it's better and cleaner. It can help make for reusable code. Connected. I mean, I guess right now, if I just placed it in process hit, there wouldn't be a clear difference or like a clear like matter in whether or not I put it in. But we'll see. I guess in the future lecture, we'll definitely, since we're going to be adding more features to the trigger method, I'm probably going to see the reason why we don't place it within the process hit method instead. Oh, we're going to have another quiz. Yeah, I think I said something about like after finishing this quiz, I'm going to do something. I forgot what I was going to do, but we can worry about it after this. So let's see, why would we use serialized field for a variable that we have no intention of changing in the inspector? Debugging. So that we can more effectively cache, say, the variable for later use, to allow other classes to change the variable during runtime if they need to. I don't think so, because when you serialize a field, I think it becomes a private property for the class. You can't, so other classes can't really access it other than the one that it's in. So we can easily see the inspector and how that's what I'm thinking. So debugging purposes, so that we can write our variable at the top of our script with the other rows. I mean, you could also do the cache references like underneath the config parameters. So I think it's this one. What can we conclude from looking at the following code? So we have a coroutine. So we have things to do, and then we're going to yield another coroutine, it seems like, and then we're going to continue do something else. So we have two coroutines that will run one after the other. Our second coroutine will start once our first coroutine is complete. I don't think that's it, because coroutine happens first, but within that coroutine it starts the second coroutine, so it needs to wait for the second coroutine to finish before it can finish its coroutine. Our code will return an error because we cannot use nested coroutines like this. We did it in our project when we wanted to spawn all the waves and all the enemies in those waves. So the next one would be, our enemies will only start moving once all the yield conditions of our second coroutine have been met. They start moving before that, and then they start moving after that. Oh no, they stop moving after that. So they start moving in the beginning, but then wait for something, and then stop moving afterwards. So that's incorrect too. Our enemies will stop moving once our second coroutine has finished all of the yield return conditions. So yeah, so this one. So the enemies will stop after the second coroutine is finished. Wait, what? Oh. Yeah, it doesn't look like I have internet right now, so I can't really do it. So I'm just gonna pause the recording here, and I'll continue when I get internet back. So I'll be right back. Alright, looks like I have internet again, and yeah, I got it right. Awesome. So the next question is, which of the following code will turn our start method into a coroutine? We need the IEnumerator. Start coroutine is a different method that starts the coroutine as opposed to creating it. A script is added to a game object as a what? As a component. A component. So whenever we need to, get an instance of that script, you have to first reference the game object and then get and use the get component method along with the type of that script, which is basically just the name of it. And yeah, that's how it is. Kind of like what we did here. Get component, damage dealer type, which gets the script. So therefore we can actually access the methods that we've made through the script to do some calculations and whatnot. Alright, in the following method, what terminology will be used to refer to damage dealer? What terminology would a parameter, right? Because it's not a game object, it's a script. A type, it could be, but it's not referring to this one. It's referring to the reference variable as opposed to the type. An instance variable. Instance variable. I think instance variable references the actual object that was created. I think. What is an instance variable? Error was declared in a class but outside of constructors. Oh, so properties essentially. Then no, because but it's declared in class but outside of constructors, methods, or blocks. In this case, it would be in a method in which which would not match the definition. So I don't think that's correct either. So it is a parameter. Crossing my fingers. And did I lose internet? Okay. Nice. Alright, before we continue, I think I did say something what I was going to do. Let me figure that out first. What was I gonna do? Hold on, I'll pause again and then I'll let you know if I figure it out. Alright, so I couldn't find it and I'm kinda sad. I forgot what the reason why. What was I gonna do? So I'm just gonna move on, unfortunately. I don't know what I was gonna do. I should have wrote it down for sure. Next time I'll do that. Make the enemy shoot. Oh, I lost internet again. I'll be right back again. Alright, think I have Wi-Fi again. Let me refresh the page. In the center. This is the enemy, so we got 2 serialized field, foot shot counter. I have about 2 minutes, and so originally I thought we'd have like some sort of scriptable object to kind of show what type of projectile that they have with a prefab. But I think for this case, just for like learning purposes, we're just gonna just instantiate this game object, which is like a prefab, which is let's call it enemy projectile prefab. In which case we'd go over here. So let's go to prefab. We have to look at the lasers, or the let's try to find one that, let's say that, oh man, let's make it this one. So we're gonna take that and put it into sprites. So we're gonna go to sprites. We're gonna call this, well, it's fine, we're gonna create a prefab of it. Here, I think we already did. Let's just do copy and paste, change the laser to why don't we just do this? So they're gonna be shooting out this. It's gonna have a rigid body. It's gonna have a capsule like thing. How does it look like? No. It's not gonna have a capsule. It's gonna have a. It's gonna have a circle collider. Then we're just gonna just lower it a bit, just to give it some. I think I should be fine. This is the prefab that we're dealing with. This is not called player laser. It's called enemy projectile 1. Just in case we do have any more projectiles. Oh man. So we're just gonna decrease it a little bit. Alright, you know what we're gonna do? We're just gonna drop one, and then we're just gonna have to update it through. I think that should be fine. So then we're just gonna drop this one here. Would you like to create the new, or would you, or go? So we're gonna delete this one. So this will be the object. I don't know where you can change the name. Actually, it might be longer, so I guess we'll just continue next time, and then we're gonna just do everything all over again. It's cool. Alright, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.